Oh, here we go. There's another shift in the energy. But is it still intense? Yes. Yes, it's still intense. Oh, why or when will this end? I don't know. Soon, soon. Oh, you're probably going to be all in your feelings, so emotional. If you feel like you need to cry, cry. If you feel like you need to scream, go find a place to scream. Again, and I feel like a broken record. All this week, we are releasing, freeing ourselves of all those things that are no longer needed. It's necessary. We've been carrying so much baggage with us for so long. We don't even realize what we're carrying. We're so used to carrying it. We don't realize how much it weighs us down. Some things today and over the next few days are going to make it obvious what we're carrying that is not necessary anymore, and we're going to find ourselves finding ways to release it and let it go, drop that baggage. Oh, there's a story. I had a vision years and years ago. You know, I have 3 grandmothers that come to me in spirit form from time to time to do a healing ceremony with me, and in one vision they showed up and they said, come on, let's go, we're going up this mountain. I'm like, I didn't even ask why, what for, what mountain. I didn't even ask in my vision. I just started grabbing all these things I thought I needed for this trip. They said, oh, we're going up the mountain, so clearly I'm going to need some stuff to help me get to the top of that mountain. I grabbed this backpack and I started just cramming stuff all in the backpack, loading it down, throw it over my shoulders. And the grandmothers, all they have is themselves and a walking stick and some water. They start up the mountain. I'm trucking it right along behind them with my big backpack full of stuff. Here I go. And as I'm going up the mountain, they're fine. Not having a problem. Here I am. Oh my gosh. Can't hardly breathe. I can't hardly move. I'm like, I'm wondering if I can take another step forward. And I'm like, what's going on? So I start taking stuff out of this backpack. I don't need that. I don't think I need that. Keep taking stuff out of the backpack and dropping it along the way. Until some point up that mountain, I throw the whole backpack down like, I can't. And they're just trucking it up without a problem. And I see one of them pass me up and, you know, hey, mother, what are you doing? No struggle at all for them. Where I am truly struggling to move forward up this mountain. And I'm like, oh, that's it. I can't let these old ladies beat me. And I drop the backpack. And I'm still tired and exhausted, right? Because I've worn myself out. I did it to myself. I grabbed all these things I thought I needed, and I didn't need any of it. All I needed was me. So then got to the top of that mountain, and there's a bench over on the opposite side of the mountain looking over. The grandmother stopped at the top and let me walk forward, and I went, you know, to sit down on that bench and take a break and rest. So happy that I'm there and sitting there drinking my water, and I'm looking out, and the view is amazing, and there's a breeze that blows across my face, and I close my eyes and let go for a moment of all the intense energy that I was feeling, all of the stress and struggle that I had just gone through climbing up that mountain, and I just took in that fresh air and the view, and I relaxed. And the grandmother's just sitting back there, watching. Not saying anything, not doing, they're just watching. Smarty pants they are, yes, so smart. And I don't even, I still haven't asked them, why are we going up this mountain? I've not even thought to ask. They tell me to do something, I was just doing it, right? Because I trust the grandmothers aren't going to lead me somewhere that I don't need to go. And one spoke up and said, do you see? What do you see? And so I'm like, okay, I'm awake now, and I'm opening my eyes, I'm looking around, and I'm like, oh, they want me to be prophetic here and say something really meaningful, but I'm still exhausted and tired and worn out, right? And I'm looking out at the landscape, I'm looking at everything. I'm like, well, see this mountain, and I see the valley, and I see the landscape and how beautiful it is. Do you see? Again, do you see? And I'm like, do I see what? What do they want me to see? And I said, it's beautiful up here. The view is so much more clear than I thought it would be. No. Do you see? And I'm like frustrated as all get out. Here we go. Can they just not tell me what I'm supposed to see? No, they can't tell you. You have to figure that out on your own. This whole life, this whole journey is about figuring it out for yourself. They cannot tell me what I was supposed to see. So I sat there and, exhausted and frustrated and trying to think of what possibly are they wanting me to see. And just then over to the side, I saw some other people coming up, and I saw some more groups, with elders and the younger ones coming up, and the ones with the backpack. And then I saw some, just starting out with their backpack, and I saw some coming up the mountain that were starting to shed those things. And I giggled, and I was like, oh yeah, I remember doing that myself. And I said, I never needed all those things, did I? What a gift it was. Every time I pulled something out of that backpack I thought I needed, and I dropped it and let it go. As I watched the other people doing it, it made me remember in the moment of taking that one thing out, letting it go. The weight lifted off of me, and I could move easier up that mountain. But it was still hard, and so I'd release another thing, and I would feel a little bit lighter, and another thing, and I'd feel a little bit lighter, until I completely let go of everything and freed myself of all of it. There was nothing left but me and my own 2 feet and my determination to get up to the top of that mountain. They pointed me in the direction I needed to go. It was up to me to realize what I was holding on to that wasn't needed, that wasn't necessary to get to where I wanted to go. Once I finally let go of all of it, I found myself sitting there looking at the most amazing view I'd ever seen, and I did it all by myself. I let go of everything on my own without being told, and I kept walking forward until I got there. So now I was able to sit there and appreciate the breeze, the smell of the grass beneath my feet, the view, and watching and seeing where I had come from and all that I had gone through to get to that moment where I was. So now it's up to you. It's up to each of us to do the same thing. To realize what you need to let go of and to let it go. Have a great day, everyone. Remember, you have the power to create the life you've always dreamed of. Oh, yes, you do. Get outside, touch the earth, cleanse your space, do your meditations, and remember that this way, a dwarf, the raven, and spirit, we're sending you unconditional love. Mwah.